Hi, and welcome to a special pay-per-view wrestling No Mercy preview. Let's just close this off a little bit, get in a little bit more quiet area. So tonight is WWE No Mercy. So it's a big night. Got some huge matches on the ticket tonight that some people are like, but these are some of the biggest matches this company can put on. As we see right here, we have Brock Lesnar and we have Braun Strowman. Paul Heyman's going to be there too, of course. So that's one title, they kind of have set up, kind of one thing they have set up for the show. That's a huge match, but they also have this other match, this other moniker that they have showing off in this show, which some people are kind of poo-pooing because of crowd reaction, but there we go, John Cena, Roman Reigns. So there's a pretty big debate right now of what is it going to be, who's going to be in the main event. I always think you should always have the championship bout in the main event, but we'll see how this ends up this time. But anyway, let's just go straight through the show, and we'll start going through all the matches here, and we'll just see which one we're going to go with first. I think they just announced this match, and this will be Elias Samson versus Apollo Crews. Now, they haven't really done anything with Mr. Crews since he's been in the WWE. He does a cool backflip, but it looks really lame because he always lands on his feet or he over-rotates, so he never really gets any impact on a person. So I don't think that's that cool. Elias Samson, I'm pretty hot on this guy. I think he has a good look. I think he has a good gimmick. I think he's a good wrestler. I see Elias Samson coming out here on a pre-show match. Looks pretty damn good. From where I'm standing, I think he's a good guy. This is an old image from them in NXT when they fought, so there you go. I think this guy has that drifter gimmick. I don't know if the gimmick's going to end up working out well. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't think it's going to end up working out well for him. So I think eventually they're going to have to switch it up here a little bit. But that would be the opening match, and then we'll actually get into the kickoff thing here. Hopefully this leads to something big with both these guys. I think they're really good, have a lot of upside for both of them. If you remember, I was trying to think back to why No Mercy is actually considered supposed to be, something cool for the WWE, and I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, you know what? I think they had a game, and I looked up, and there was the Nintendo 64 game with The Rock on the cover, and I was like, well, you know what? That is actually a big deal to them, because I was trying to figure out why they would have this Braun Strowman Brock Lesnar match. Is, in many ways, is the biggest match that they can do, and the other match is the John Cena Roman Reigns match, which you can also say is probably the biggest match that they can do. So, if you've never played the game, I was like, why would they do this at No Mercy? So, if you never played the game cover kind of looks like this. It's a pretty good game. Some people say it's the best wrestling game ever made, and I might have to agree with them. But you also had WrestleMania, and I actually like the WCW versus NWO Revenge games. But there you go, The Rock's on the cover. Looks like Triple Lame's on there. Edge, Jeff Hardy. I don't know who the Triple H is doing that to, but I always just thought his name was stupid. So let's just go through the rest of these matches here. Let's see, what should we go to next? Okay, here's a little interesting little match you got going on here because of, and I'll just kind of go through all the matches, and then we'll talk about what I think should happen, what probably will happen, and where they're going with these guys. So we have Endzone and Neville. Neville looks like a big-time heel, doesn't he? And he plays the heel well, and I don't know if they're ever going to get 205 Live over. But this guy is, he's gold. He is a great champion. He's a great wrestler. He has a weird kind of look. He's very physically built, but he's not somebody you would want to put on the cover of a game. I hate to say that, but that's the way the WWE is. I think he's perfectly great. I think he's one of the best wrestlers the company has. And he's going against Enzo Amore, who is not a very good wrestler. And he's a really good talker until he went up against The Miz, who's a great talker, and The Miz kind of tore into him. The Miz has just been hitting on fire for the past year or two, so nothing to see there, but that was kind of a chance for him to get a little bit over. I think they had a match right after that where he had the microphone with him. It was kind of interesting. But this match with Neville, Neville should just go in there and just beat the crap out of him and win the match. I don't think that'd be best for 205 Live or the company or anything. I think the best thing to do for these guys would be for Enzo to come in there, have a kind of be sparring, talking, kind of moving out of the way, kind of playing like the scaredy cat kind of role, almost like Honky Tonk Man would, and Neville getting like super overconfident. Eventually, Enzo seems to want to grab this mic all the time, so have Neville grab the mic and start talking trash, and maybe the mic gets hit into Neville's head, and Enzo gets like some cheap pin or something. But putting the belt on Enzo Amore with so many more deserving cruiserweights out there is kind of bad. But I think for the health of the program, what they're doing, he probably should be. He might bring some attention to it. It might just be a good change. Neville's already lost the title once, got it back really quick. But they need some buzz around there, and Neville should be the champion, but I don't know what they're going to do. I really thought it was going to be an Austin Aries kind of Neville thing, but of course Aries left, so that was really unfortunate. So my final prediction there, because I'm thinking of what the WWE themselves would do, I'm thinking that Enzo Amore is going to do a cheap win on him. Neville's going to flip out, hit the red arrow anyway. That is one of the most protected moves in wrestling right now. Hit the move on him anyway, kind of flip out a little bit, beat Enzo down, and then leave the title with him. Hopefully they get some more matches out of this, some more publicity around it. You could see something cool like that happening. I think that might be the best way to go. Okay, so what should we go to next? We got several matches here. Well, I think this is a match that's just nothing around it, and I could see people kind of saying, what's kind of going on here? Why are they still doing this? They already had the main thing happen here, and that was when Bray Wyatt fought the Demon. And so, of course, which match we're talking about right now is Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor, or Balor. Let's just call him Balor. And he's no longer in the Demon. The Demon, I thought, was the thing that was supposed to be like, oh, I fought you, and now I have to change my moveset and my waves, and I come out and I defeat you. And really, it ended up being it would be a really good time to actually say, okay, let's end this feud, let's move these guys on. So that's what they're going to do. There's not a lot of buzz around this match. I could see Finn Balor going in there, winning the match, just a clean match, and Bray Wyatt like flipping out afterwards and changing everything. I think he needs to do something. Both these guys are kind of just being wasted. Both pretty talented. I think Bray Wyatt's really over the top and crazy with his promos, and I think they kind of suck, honestly. That's just my take on it. Finn needs to be in the main title picture or going for the IC title or something. They need something on this guy. They're just kind of wasting him, and he's a tremendous talent. Is that because he got hurt? Yeah, I mean, they were going to build this whole program around the guy. That was when they first shifted the rosters. Thing with Bray is Bray was over big time, and he was good. Then they finally give the guy the title, and he's still over, and they give it to Randy Orton that doesn't need a title, shouldn't get the title, can never talk. It's pretty stiff. Gives the same match most times. He's a really good wrestler. He's a really good in shape guy, but it's just not. They shouldn't be doing that anymore. And Bray should have kept the title, but they took it off him, kicked him off the show, put him over here, and he's just been kind of squandering. And Finn was too. So these are like the battle of two guys that are just being squandered and their talents being wasted on a daily basis, and it's really upsetting because both guys deserve better than that. But we'll get to why that is and what they should probably be doing with these guys here in a little bit, and that's kind of a problem with the champion right now. He's a good champion, but he's not there all the time. Next match, why don't we go through, is the women. Okay, so I probably didn't. I think Finn's just going to win. It's just going to be kind of a clean, maybe 11-minute match or something. Hopefully they set something else nice up at the end. I don't know what they're going to do, but they need to set something up nice to where Bray kind of turns or something. Because I don't know what you want to consider him right now. Anyway, Now we got the women. There in the center, we got Alexa Bliss. She's been on the cover of fitness magazines, and so has the lady right next to her, Sasha Banks. Some of the most attractive women, so I guess that's really good for them. And in the case of Alexa, she's a really good talker. In the case of Sasha, really good worker. Um, Safe wrestler. Sasha has a little trouble talking, but seems like she has a list for something. But it's not a big deal. Alexa, I think that's why she kind of has the title. So what we're going to end up doing here is kind of look at the other people here. We have Emma, who's not going to win the match. They've been wasting Emma. Emma's actually a pretty good wrestler, but I don't think they're going to do anything. Then we have Bayley, who I think is just a waste. I hate her gimmick. I hate her finisher. I hate the way she comes out. It's just not working. It's easy booking. I mean, when you had Emma, you have Emma just being wasted, not used. They packaged her. They didn't do this to her. I think she could be something. They need to have like tiers of women's wrestling and put more on there. They just don't. They don't do what TNA did and really built it. But then you have Bayley, who's just, I don't know. She just came back and just she seems really out of place. And the lady on the far right there, you have Nia Jax. Now this is a championship title match, and Asuka's coming in. What do you do when Asuka's coming in? You need somebody that's terrifying and destroyer in that ring to where she can conquer them. If you want a best match, you would have to say Sasha. Even Emma, if you want the one that looks like it's going to be a conqueror, it's going to be Nia. And if you want somebody that's going to be sparring with her and talking to her and kind of like changing things a little bit, and that's kind of how they were wasting Shinsuke Nakamura by having someone go against him and talking to him and telling him all this stuff. It kind of took some of the aura off of him. I think that's a bad idea. So I think Alexa has to lose this title. I think she's a good champion. I wish Sasha was the champion going in and they actually have her defend the title sometimes. I would love if anyone was winning this match. I think the best thing for a wrestler that shoots wrestling, it would be Sasha winning this thing, but it's not going to happen. I see Nia Jax winning this match, going in there, kind of showing herself as a destroyer at the end, and then setting up a thing. Nia, and then setting up a thing with Asuka later. And I think that's probably the way to go, especially if they're going to bring Asuka in. That's the whole point of everything. You got to build the next talent. You got to make sure that the next talent is underscored here, and that you grow your product and you make sure that women's wrestling has some buzz around it. And that's the big thing. You got to keep that buzz. If you don't have that, it's just not gonna work out right. So you need it. Okay, then we have this interesting match here. We have the Miz versus Jason Jordan, and look at the Miztourage there and Maurice. I wish they'd let Maurice wrestle actually, but she's gonna have a baby I guess now. But they should have her wrestle earlier. She's actually a pretty good wrestler. But you got Kurt Hennig's son, and you got Urban Arnshyster IRS, aka Rotunda's son there, which is Bo Dallas. And I think they actually have a good look for Bo Dallas right there, and he has a blackjack glove on. It looks really nice. This is a tricky thing. I think the Miz retains this thing, and I think Kurt Angle actually ends up coming out there probably in the next night on Raw. I don't think he'll come out there in this match, but I think something's going to happen. Jason Jordan just went out there and outclassed Roman Reigns in the ring, and he outclassed John Cena in the ring, and those guys did go a long way to make him look good, but he is a really accomplished, good wrestler. And he's going to have to start winning. It's just probably not right now is the good time. So I think the best thing to do is to start building it around. I get a little bit frustrated and losing these matches and then blaming someone, and the Miz kind of like poking at it and it's really talking about the father angle. And I think that's gold. And I think that's a really big gold, and I think it's going to really get under Jason Jordan's skin. I think he's going to turn on his dad eventually. I could see them doing a Jason Jordan and him going, maybe because if they're doing a cross-promotional Survivor Series, they can do Jason Jordan, Shelton Benjamin, and Chad Gable, and they could have The Miz, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and he'll recruit someone else. And you could have all these guys, and it's like The Miz will get someone kind of quick, and he'll be like, my mystery, or he'll wait till the end and be like, my mystery partner is, and he'll bring out somebody like, I don't know. I think the Big Show's hurt, so we'll see who he brings out. So, I mean, you could see Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe coming back would be a really good thing. So Miz, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Samoa Joe, and it'd be Jason Jordan, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin. I know they're on different brands, but it doesn't matter. I think they could pull this off. And his mystery partner would be Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle would come back, and then you could start setting up the thing with him and Triple H, and actually get it really how they should have had it in an original spot. If they don't want Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable to come over there, it'd be kind of tricky, and I guess it would have the whole thing fall apart. They could probably put the Hardys in there, and nobody would bat an eye at it. But I think that would be the way to go, and I think it would be a really cool. I think it would be a really cool angle to have it all have, no pun intended, to have it all shake down like that. Because I think Kurt Angle has something left in the tank, and I would really like to see it happen. Now, here's an interesting match, because it's like this match is going a little bit too soon here, is this tag team bout. Now, I actually think both of these tag teams are really good. I actually think Cesaro and Sheamus were a great tag team, and Ambrose and Rollins are a really good tag team. So you actually have some tag team matches and wrestlers here. If they wouldn't have killed some of them off and kept some of them together. But these are some good bouts here. Everyone's just waiting for Dean to turn on Seth, which will happen eventually. It's not going to happen tonight. I would actually prefer to see Cesaro and Sheamus win the titles back, because I think they're really good as a tag team, but now is not the time to do it. They're going to keep building this, and WWE is thinking this thing is money. These are some of the two most over wrestlers in their entire company, and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and together even more over. So it's just a quick, easy little pick here. It's going to be, they're going to tease something. They're going to tease a turn, which is the whole main point, but they're not going to have a turn. Like Seth's going to end up with like a chair or something, and he's going to like not hit Ambrose with it or something like that, or Ambrose is going to have a chair and have it shot at Seth but not do it. They're going to tease it, and this isn't the last time you're going to see these guys have a match. You will see something else from these guys, and it will be a big deal. Okay, so now we got to figure out which match is going on last. So second to last, I'm always for the champions going on last, unless it's like something magnificent. Now, WWE doesn't do that. I remember SummerSlam 94, which is a really good SummerSlam. You have Brett and Owen fighting in a steel cage match to end all steel cage matches. Like, I don't think anything's even come close to a steel cage match since then. And then you have the Undertaker versus Undertaker in the main event. Why do that? So you have Roman Reigns, you have John Cena. They're going to go at it. I already know who won just based on these promos. John Cena won. Roman Reigns looks stupid, so they're going to make Roman Reigns win. But I don't think they should do that. I think what's going to happen here, and I think they might see the light here at the last second at the 9th hour, is say, we want John to beat you, and we want you to flip out and beat the crap out of him afterwards. We want you to beat him and 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 hurt him and hurt him and hurt him. And everyone's, they're going to think it's a turn or something. But, that might be like a jump in a gun for me right there. A better idea might be just to have him just get really frustrated and kind of like flip out a little bit and get really mad. Because there's always the possibility that Survivor Series is coming up and they're going to team Roman Reigns and John Cena and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins all together and have some match where like maybe the Wyatts reunite or something. They might do something like that. So it's a real tricky match. It's a big match. People should be excited to see this match. I'm interested to see what angle they got going on here. But like I said, John Cena just handed this guy his ass in that every single promo. The only time Roman Reigns came out better on the promo was when John Cena wasn't in the building. And even then, I didn't really care for it. You just keep saying like a derogatory term every single time. I don't get what this point is. So, really, I think they're going to have Roman Reigns win. I don't think they should. I think they should have John Cena win. I think they should build to something. You could always make an argument either way, but my final prediction is it's a tough one. I see John Cena winning, and they're doing a little bit of tease or something at the end, and partial turn of Roman Reigns. I know they keep saying that he's not, or he's already a villain, or all this crap. Partial turn. How about that? That means we have this main event right here. This is Paul Heyman versus... Okay, and then you have Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman with Paul Heyman in Brock Lesnar's corner. how long can they make this match go? They should build it up where both guys come out, tear up the outside of it, go in the inside, start beating the crap out of each other. Got to be careful. Don't want him to flip and hurt himself with those suplexes or anything when Brock is trying to hit Strowman with the suplexes. But I think they should make this match go like, 12-minute match, somewhere around there. I think any longer, you're going to see these guys tire out. You're going to see a lot of problems because Brock doesn't seem to have as good as endurance as he used to. So they're going to try to do a spot where Brock is going to F5 him, and then Braun's shown himself to be a pretty good wrestler, turns it into DDT or something. Can see all this stuff happening. Who cares? The real thing is who do you think is going to win? It's a tough match to call. They should strike it right now while it's super hot. I was trying to figure out why they didn't just wait till Survivor Series and just be patient, but that's not their style. Strowman should win this match. Strowman should be on there. Strowman should get the title, and then they should have some angle with anybody else. I would like it to be with Finn Balor, because that would be good. You could do it with Bray Wyatt saying, "You finally brought it home to the Wyatt family," in his stupid voice. But there's so many possibilities once you get the title on this guy. We already know what happens when you have the title on Brock. He's actually a good champion if he was just around more, and you could really build a lot of stuff around him. What's most likely going to happen? They're going to just brawl at the end, and they're just going to end the match, and then everyone's going to get upset. Does WWE want to make everybody upset? I don't even think they care anymore. So, if I had to make a prediction here, I say you just stick that title on Braun Strowman. You stick the title on him. You let him make a small little run with the thing. If you see how it works for, Survivor Series isn't for over a month. You just see how it works out for over that time, and you can do a build to it for a rematch or something. And if he does well and it starts doing good, you can take the title off of him, aka what they should have done with Jinder Mahal. But the thing with Jinder is, you weren't going to put the title back on Randy Orton. Why? Why would you put the title back on Randy Orton? So I see the point in them keeping the title on him, but Shinsuke Nakamura should have took the title off him. They just built it up really bad, and now it's even worse. So they're in a hot spot right there. This is a good spot. People want this match. People want to see this match. Everyone still says it's going to be Brock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's probably what people should be seeing, I guess. I don't really particularly want to see it. I already saw it once, and Brock carried him through the whole match. Roman held his own at the end, but he only has a few moves. I hate his moves. We're just going to have to go with Strowman in this match, and we'll see what happens. After everything's said and done, I'll come back later and probably do a recap of the whole thing and explain what went on. But it should be a good couple title bouts here. I'm mostly not interested in the wrestling other than the Ambrose, Rollins, Sheamus, Cesaro match. I'm interested in the wrestling in that. Even the Samson Cruz match I'm kind of interested in. And as far as the wrestling, and of course Jason Jordan, The Miz, I want to see Jason Jordan do some amazing things. Even the women's match. But most of the matches, I just want to see where they're going with their storyline, what they're planning, because that's how they're going to build everything up. Anyway, I'll see you a little bit later, and we'll see how it all shakes down here. But those are my predictions. We got Samson. We got Nia Jax. We have The Miz winning. We have Ambrose and Rollins winning. Have John Cena winning. Have Braun Strowman winning. I don't really see what Cena winning would do, but I just have him winning. What are the other matches that we have here? We have, I forget stuff. We have Finn Balor winning. We have Enzo Amore winning. And I think that's it right now. Yeah, I think that's all the matches. But anyway, we'll just see how it shakes down, and hopefully it's a good show. Okay, until next time. It's been Attention Gaming Disorder with another Stiff Shots, Quick Shots here. So I'll see you later. Bye.